What's up, guys? It's Friday. That means Loot Chest. That's what it's called. On Tasty Loot Gaming, that's where you're at. In case you don't know, my name's Seth, and yeah. As I explained yesterday on my Tasty Bit, we originally meant to shoot a loot chest today, but we felt like we had so much content with our Tasty Bit. It runs for like 35 minutes, as you'll see. That's a warning. Get out early. Get out now. But there's so much content there that I feel like that we didn't need to shoot a loot chest. So yeah, we in this loot chest which we'll call Tasty Bit, but in this loot chest we'll discuss our impressions of the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta, which is actually now going on for Xbox One and PC. If you own Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, and something else, you actually get access to the PC version of the beta, just in case you didn't know. But anyway, we discussed that. We discussed Call of Duty, and then we kind of just go into this discussion of FPSs in general. It's really interesting. I do have to warn you though, we were drinking a little bit, so I noticed while editing this that I cut off Cody a couple times. Cody, if you're watching this, I apologize. And yeah, apparently I was just feeling very, very, very opinionated, more so than normal, which is fucking crazy. But yeah, check this out. Let us know what you guys are feeling on FPS's Call of Duty and the Black Ops 3 beta. All right, enjoy, guys. What's up, guys? This is a Tasty Bit. We just played Black Ops 3. The beta's out this weekend. By the time you're watching this, it might be over. I'm not sure. But we want to talk about it a little bit. As it just came out, we've both played a little bit, and we're going to give you our impressions.
Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint boss.
But first off, going back, we've been playing Call of Duty for a long time, obviously, as a lot of people have. Whether you love it or hate it, it is popular. I think it's fair to say, all the way up to Modern Warfare 2, I feel like most people are on board. I feel like that was a prestigious series that cannot be touched. If you don't agree, I don't know what to tell you, because the original Call of Duty was fucking pivotal to FPSs, and then I would argue Modern Warfare, the original one, changed FPSs forever. It created the fucking hype behind Call of Duty, if not, Modern Warfare 2. After that, it goes into a gray area. I feel like Black Ops, as much as I hated it when I first played it, has some of the best multiplayer ever for a Call of Duty. I still dream of fucking playing that game all the time. The maps were amazing. The gameplay was great. Black Ops 2 was also great, really fun. But then it kind of gets I feel like its lowest point was Ghosts. Ghosts was an okay game, had some cool ideas, but the maps were shit. And of course, I'm talking about the multiplayer. I feel like the last good single player in Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 2. But and then Advanced Warfare came out, which a lot of people like to compare to Titanfall, and I feel like that was not fair considering Black Ops 3 is very much like Titanfall. But Advanced Warfare was fun. It was fresh for Call of Duty, and it kind of took the already fast-paced gameplay of Call of Duty and made it even more fast-paced. But coming on to Black Ops 3, which I feel like has kind of took what Advanced Warfare did, but made it more balanced to the point where I feel like it's more like Call of Duty. And like I said, back to Black Ops 3. We played the beta. The big differences in this one compared to the last ones is you can run on walls, very much like Titanfall.
Hostile Hellstorm inbound. Robot systems are online.
You can still boost with a jetpack type thing, very much like Advanced Warfare, but it's slowed down. You kind of float, almost like Halo. Halo had that, right? Halo 4?
Yeah.
One of them had something like that, yeah. And then Specialists. Specialists essentially took a lot of the perks from the other Call of Duties and made them personalized to individual specialists that you have to pick and gain points to unlock the new ones. And as you level, you get more specialists. But outside of that, it's still very much Call of Duty. First impressions, what did you think of Black Ops 3 beta?
Looked fun as hell. Like, as soon as I
Well,
walked
you played it.
Well, no.
Okay.
Well, look, I mean, as soon as I walked into your room, I saw you playing. I was like, ooh, I'm ready for this, because I have it downloading at my house right now. Or hopefully it's done. But yeah, it looked really cool. And when I was watching you play the first match, I was just like, immediately I was commenting on it and saying something about Titanfall, but I was more comparing Advanced Warfare to Titanfall. But I never played. Well, I played like 15 minutes of Advanced Warfare, but I like this one. I like it. It is slowed down though. Like Titanfall, which I love, was very just boom, 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 jumping from wall to wall to wall.
Yeah.
Like it definitely slows it down, especially the
Very
jump.
fast-paced, kinetic.
You're saying like the jetpack, like when you jump, there's definitely like you do it at a slower pace. Like you definitely like a double jump kind of thing, but you definitely float. Gives you that little, especially like you can't just do that in the open, you know, like Halo, where you just like jump and you float in the air and you know you get sniped from far away. This is just kind of like you're there just for a certain amount of time, you get brought back down. It's cool. I don't know. The map
Let's break it down. So graphics. What did you notice about the graphics?
Oh, it looked awesome. It looked really good.
Fair to say, best in Call of Duty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I coming off of Advanced Warfare, they said it's on a new engine. Maybe it is. But Advanced Warfare I played, I was like, man, this game looks really good for Call of Duty because they've been using the same engine, and they slightly look better and better and better. But like this one was an actual jump. I feel like Black Ops 3, coming from a veteran company like Treyarch, if anyone's gonna make it look the best, it's either them or Infinity Ward. What's left of Infinity Ward? But yeah, that's the first thing I noticed when I started playing. I was like, man, this game is fucking crispy looking. The maps, not only graphically, but just the density when you're running through and you see a lot of grass and a lot of bushes and stuff like that.
Boot sequence complete. Robot systems are online.
Lighting's better.
Water.
Everything's smooth. Water. They've added swimming mechanics in the game, which
Everything
is
underwater looks really
definitely
cool too.
welcome.
Yeah,
It's cool. And also adds this whole new realm of like fighting above water and fighting below water. I've ran into issues where I've ran into situations where I'm being shot and I jump in the water and I'm underwater, and as they jump down because they can't see through the water, I fucking kill them. It adds a whole new area of gameplay, which I think is really cool. So the graphics are definitely better. Gameplay wise, it feels like Call of Duty. It feels like Call of Duty, except for you can run on walls, which I think is intuitive because you don't press anything to run on walls. You jump at the wall and you'll run across it. You can still aim and shoot people, but it has, I feel like it has this good free-flowing feeling.
Yeah, and like it was funny because actually like towards I think we played for almost 30 minutes or whatever like that. We're playing. It was like 2 maps or whatever like that, but one of the maps you didn't even realize till like towards the later end of us playing is like there's another area towards like the right of the wall where you can actually, it's like that is actually kind of, I'm trying not to compare it to, but like Titanfall, it's like literally there's like one part of the area where you can literally like jump here, jump here, jump here, and it's like if you fall you die, but it's like there's a little like outside area where you
like that instance, where
super
like
cool.
Like there's this wall that exists on the side of the map, and it's only there to get from point A to point B quicker. You don't have to go through the map, but at the cost of potentially being shot while running across it, or what happened to me, where I was running across it, ran into my own teammate. And we both just lock eyes, and we're just like looking at each other. And as I see him closing, I'm like, "Fuck!" And we go, "Look what you did!" And we both just fell and died. But yeah, I like that. And again, I didn't say this earlier, but Treyarch, I believe, makes the best maps in Call of Duty. I think maps in Blops and Blops 2 are legendary, some of them. They're so fucking good. So that map design is really neat because there's this risk versus reward feeling of like, I want to get to that part of the map faster. I'm going to take this that makes me take this route that makes me more vulnerable. Which is really cool because you don't have to go that way. No. I found that I was like, holy shit, I can go this way. This is fucking awesome. I get to their side quicker. Because before that, I was running through these alleyways and shit to get to that point. Whereas this, I can just run right across and jump down. And as you saw that one time, actually, got to run that way, jump off and kill a guy, and then I got murdered by the rest of his team. But it was really fucking cool.
The same thing with like the water. Like that's the thing too. It's like there's the the basic route to get to where everybody's at. Basically, you know what I mean. Where the most congestion, I guess, is of players going to where they're going to get the most kills. Or you can go to the outside, take out the team from the back, or you can go in the middle where there's like these fountains and there's like these underwater levels where you can literally, it's like kind of a shortcut and go underneath.
Yeah,
but there's also players.
There's that level
in the map, bash you in the face. Like,
there's a level in the map where you're in a building and you turn around this corner and there's this dead end. There's this fountain, and before I knew you could go underwater, I was like, well, why the fuck is there just water here? So I ran over there, and all of a sudden I dropped down to this whole underwater area that left the building and went to these other sections of the map. I was like, holy shit, this is cool. And Cody didn't get to experience that as well, because he actually saw a guy run into the water, and he went to run into the water as well, and as soon as he went in there, he was met with the fucking butt of a gun in his face. We watched the replay, and literally the guy's just under the water looking and waiting, and Cody's face literally came in the water, and as soon as his face entered the water, the guy's just like, BAM! Fucking hit him and killed him.
Real baptism.
But that kind of thing is totally welcome. It makes the maps even more complex, which is great.
And that's
so.
I mean, that was. I mean, we got to play like 2 maps.
Yeah.
So if they're all like that, I mean, if there's 5 maps like that.
More routes, more ways to fight.
Yeah.
I actually have been in firefights underwater where I killed about 6 guys while just floating underwater. And it was awesome. It has this whole other feeling. You're just kind of like floating underwater, just like shooting, like, and it's really cool. You'll watch more guys drop and you'll shoot them. Which brings me to the next subject, map design. We've only played about 3 maps. Already, and this is going to sound shitty, but I didn't hate any of the maps, which is important, because a lot of Call of Duties I'll play a map, and as soon as it loads up, I'm like, fuck,
Every
I don't
time
want to play
I
this.
die more than like 3 times in a row, I'm like, fuck this map.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But,
this one, I'm just like, alright, you got me.
The maps, one thing I can appreciate about these is, and another thing that Treyarch brings to the table is, like, with Infinity Ward and a lot of the other companies, Sledgehammer?
Yeah.
They're obsessed with the war-torn maps, and every once in a while they'll have these like clean maps that are great looking, but like all the levels are gray with fire and all the buildings are destroyed. One thing I love about the Black Ops 3 beta so far is all the maps are crisp, clean, vibrant in color, and just really interesting in the way they look. I found myself stopping and looking at things every once in a while. I'm like, wow, this is a really good looking map.
Hostile Guardian in your AO.
Tango down. Outrider down. Tango down.
HCXD ready for deployment.
Battery down.
UAV on standby. Care package on standby.
The routes are great. They don't stick too closely to the 3-route map that the other companies do so much. Like, well, this is a 3-route map, so you can go right, left, or in the middle. But there's up and down. Whereas in this, like, there's definitely the 3 routes, but like there's also like the underwater segments, the over this area segments, the indoor areas that feel like a whole other map once you go inside a building.
You can climb on things.
Yeah, you can climb on things. Things you can boost up to, which is very much like Advanced Warfare did, but not to this degree. I feel like this is just way more straightforward. I learned the maps quickly, which is great because they have really good visual indicators, know where you're at, which, like I said before, Treyarch, I believe, has made the best maps in Call of Duty. Obviously, other companies have made really good ones, but per capita, the amount they have per game are just great. So if I see good game design or map design in Black Ops 3, I'm not surprised. The weapons, you didn't use a whole lot of them.
No, just like because I think the first one I started with was an assault rifle, which I usually do in these games just to get my feet wet. But
assault rifle is always a good starting point because there's a little bit of everything.
But I play like you for the most part. It's like SMG shit. Cause I just want
fast,
to run and gun. Like I just
fire
want
rate.
Yeah.
Unload on people up
Obviously
close.
not the most accurate thing ever because I always try to shoot an SMG.
That's one thing I did notice, and this is pretty. It seems like a pretty standard thing in the Treyarch Call of Duties, but shooting somebody at a distance with an SMG is a fucking death sentence most of the time in
Yeah.
in Treyarch Call of Duties. So I did find myself leaning more towards the assault rifles. But the starting SMG I got used to, and I just realized you just need to get you can close ground before you start fucking shooting
Yeah,
somebody, because
yeah.
I was getting sniped like a motherfucker.
Especially like as far as they go in like the later ones, it's like it's definitely they obviously like the jump in Black Ops 1 and 2. I think 2. You
Yeah.
can still jump, but like this one, you can slide in. There's definitely like,
Yeah, the
ways
slide
for you to
feature is
get
really cool.
Super close. It's like, but for me, I'm just like I'm back to Modern Warfare 2, where I'm just gonna.
I also like when you're dropping down and you hit the slide button, you'll hit the ground and go
Yeah, super
which is
cool.
really cool because obviously the dive feature in Black Ops is really cool. The slide features in the rest of the Call of
action.
Duty is pretty neat.
Action movie.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It
It's
gave
like-
this feeling of just like almost
to a
Michael
window.
Bay-esque type shit. And then later the slide's good. The slide is always good because you lower yourself to not being shot and you can still move to cover. In this though, you get that boost that feels really good. And like I said, I like that in movement as you're jumping over things, you can land and slide. I found myself doing that every once in a while, but I've seen people get some really good kills with that slide. So obviously it's useful. The perks, I don't know if you really looked into them too much, but it seems like there's 3 sets of perks. They all have about 6 apiece, which seems a bit limited. I was looking through a couple of them. They seem like whatever. But that brings me into the specialists. Each specialist has its own 2 individual perks, essentially. You have the first guy who has a move where he has these 2 things where he'll jump and slam, kills people around him. You have a chick who pulls out a bow that has explosive arrows, kind of covers the whole explosive crossbow, which we'll see if it's actually in the game or not. And the sniper chick seems like she has the move that shoots people and then the electricity arcs and kills people,
Yeah.
which is the most interesting thing I've seen so far in the game.
Definitely like. Yeah, it takes up a lot of area.
Yeah,
It's
no,
kinda
I've
like you
literally
can't even
watched a guy
near
getting
it.
shocked, and as he's getting shocked, I walked up to him, all of a sudden I got
Yeah.
shocked and died. And I was like, okay, so there's a visual indicator that I should not be near him, but I didn't know it at the time. But I feel like you could really use that in a situation where people are like boxed in a room, and you fucking like hit one dude, kill multiple guys in the room. It's almost like a grenade.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's neat, but also gives you the opportunity to go, that guy's getting shocked, I should stay the fuck away from him until he dies. So I think those are really cool. The specialist thing is really interesting because you get all these like individual looking characters. I don't know if there's different costumes or things you can put on them. I like the customization of Advanced Warfare.
I feel like it's gonna be. I mean, they can't just make it. It's like so you can just make your your profile,
Yeah.
your avatar, or whatever. Like
Well,
that.
one thing I will give Advanced Warfare that I really liked was customization of a character was really neat. I also really liked the loot system because the loot system. I don't know if you didn't play Advanced Warfare too much, but there was the base level gun for every character. Everyone got that, but as you played, you got boxes like loot chests, Tasty Loot Gaming, and they would open and you get these slightly modified versions of the guns you already had, and there's rarities and shit, which is really cool because I think loot is a very, very addictive.
It's like Counter Strike.
No, not at all.
Getting those keys.
No. But you'd get all these chests with loot based stuff, and it wasn't too much to make the game unbalanced, but it was enough to go, oh shit, I got an SMG now that has less fire rate but more distance. It was really cool. It was actually very much liked, and I would love to see it in more Call of Duties because it made it more exciting every time you beat a map to go, oh shit, I might get some cool loot out of this. It brought some Diablo into Call of Duty. Call of Duty has all these addictive qualities. Bringing that in made it even better. Just the maps were. Specialists, though, I think is neat. You unlock them as you play and get tokens. You can spend those on perks. New weapons or new specialists. There's specialists you unlock as you play. I see a lot of people in the beta playing the robot guy. I don't know what his special moves are, but I'm sure they either really like he's a robot or he must have really cool fucking moves. But I think that's a welcome addition. The thing I got stressed the most though, and it's just like Advanced Warfare, it still very much feels like Call of Duty, which I think is great. A lot of people were worried about like, well, this isn't Call of Duty anymore, and I would argue these are Call of Duty. Games. They just kind of added some things to make them fresh feeling.
Yeah, the advanced. Well, I'm using Advanced Warfare just because of the, but they're doing that like literally. It's just like the whole advanced thing, like there's future warfare stuff. Which I was thinking about that today. It's like kind of sucks, but it's also like where it's going now. It's like they need something new, but they have to keep up with the fast pacedness of like because they can't keep the same like. I mean, even like going back to like Modern Warfare 2. It's like it was super fast paced, but it was very slowed down. Like it's very just like take cover, fight here. It's like, but everybody you got to keep everybody on their toes. So everything's got to have like with the slide and things like that. There's
Call of Duty's been slowly just getting faster and faster.
Well,
paced,
yeah,
to the point where I
that's what
thought
I
it was
mean,
almost
but-
too fast paced.
Yeah.
That I remember when Call of Duty, you die and there's a countdown, and you come back, and then later it's like you die and you instantly
Now
respawn.
it's like you just hit X,
and it's
boom.
just like the game is literally like run, kill, die, respawn, run, kill, die, respawn. Respawn, fucking die, respawn, and like as you're just doing this constantly over and over again, just killing people, not really thinking. All of a sudden, you're just constantly going, wow, you ran 10 feet, you fucking killed 2 dudes, fucking you leveled up, and it's just like that's what was so addictive about Call of Duty is just constantly going like, no matter what you're doing, you're fucking awesome, you're doing great, you fucking died 5 times, here's a fucking nuke, fucking just go insane, and like which is great, but like then they added Advanced Warfare where like. You already had that fast-paced shit, but now you can boost forward, fucking jump, and like everything's just going crazy. I feel like Black Ops 3 is keeping some of that, but the way they're doing it is you can't boost in the air, which is different.
which is like
When you
they
double
have
jump,
that?
you float. It's not like
yeah. Well, it's like the death perks. They had that in Modern Warfare 2. Did they have that in 3 or?
I don't think so.
They had it in 3.
There's a couple that have done that, and I actually thought that was really smart because
Yeah, if you suck, you get there's a grenade that drops. And,
there's something that rewards
People
you.
still
Like,
think
hey,
you
you're
suck,
doing bad.
you're like,
Hey,
hey.
like here's an edge. Well, and that's something I thought was really smart when they took away martyrdom. Because martyrdom, I thought, in practice, was really... On paper, was really cool. I thought martyrdom was great. And that's one reason why I think Modern Warfare was such a revolutionary FPS, because it added things that changed the gameplay dynamic. So, like, Last Stand, as much as people want to bitch about it, I love Last Stand. Because I never had problems getting killed by people in Last Stand. I killed the fuck out of them.
Best
And when I
moments
went
in
in
that
Last
game
Stand,
were Last
I
Stand.
killed people all the time.
Yeah.
They bitch at me. I'm like, you need to get better.
Not everybody
Martyrdom?
have it, so
Yeah.
it's like, hey, that's a gamble. Like,
Martyrdom was really cool, but it got to the point in Modern Warfare 1 where everybody was using Martyrdom. So as everybody's dying, the whole map's just exploding constantly.
Yeah.
So I get the balance issue there. But they fixed that with the death perks, or death streaks, because you die like 5 times. It's like, here's a grenade you'll drop and you die. And I think that balanced out perfectly. Last Stand even got to the point where they would, like, you died so many times, here's Last Stand.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually the perfect balance, because I liked those perks. And now they made it balanced, which is great. And then they got rid of it because people just kept bitching. Because people, when they lose, have to find a reason why they lost. And those are easy reasons to find that they lost. So now we don't have those at all, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But,
people are also better.
yeah.
People get better at these games. Like,
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like,
Well, I started playing Black Ops 1, and I would use Last Stand in Search and Destroy Hardcore, because I love that mode.
that's
but
what
my
I was
whole
talking about
team...
before is
Our whole
hardcore.
team would use fucking Last Stand, because in Black Ops 1, you could be brought back up if you leveled it enough. Which, I don't care what you fucking say, that is a very, very big advantage if your whole team is using that. Because if you have 2 guys, this guy's not using Last Stand, this guy is, and they go, poof, and they both fall, this guy's crawling back, his team gets him back up, that team has a chance.
But
like
it's not really a
better chance
boost
now.
because there's other things that you can use that are the kind of off balance that. So it's not really like,
Well,
this is OP. Like,
And
this
my
is
thing,
something that's like,
I've had a lot of people argue with me, like, well, when you go in the Last Stand, fucking, when you jump in the air, like, fucking, there's a moment where you can't take damage. That's bullshit, because anytime I played,
Oh, yeah.
you can see the animation. It's different than when they die. You shoot them, they go, or they go, huh, and in the air, their legs come up. As soon as I see that, no matter who it is, when I play that game, I'd go, pop, 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 and as soon as they're fucking dying, I go, pop, 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 pop.
There's
and I
never
just
one
keep
time I've
going.
been in that game where I've just shot someone twice. I'm like, all right,
We're good
I shot
now,
you twice,
leave.
I'm leaving. Like, I've
Never.
always unload
That's a-
clip.
Just you gotta play the game and
Those
up
are
your
hardcore.
skill and notice those things. I barely ever got killed by people in Last Stand,
Yeah.
and even now recently I've revisited Black Ops and I still do fine. And I've noticed the community does great too. They all fucking see it now. So like that feature was taken out because some people, a lot of people bitched because they just weren't doing good and they found something to fucking say that's the reason why they're doing bad. And with enough bitching, they took it out because they want to sell the fucking game. It's sold a lot. But so that's disappointing that they've taken the most innovative and interesting perks out of the game. But yeah, Black Ops 3 seems to me really cool. I'm enjoying it. Do you think you'd buy it? Yeah. I think I'm going to buy it as well. Probably first day. It's kind of a tradition. A lot of my friends play Call of Duty. I enjoy Call of Duty as well. Is it the best game ever? No, absolutely not. But it is a very, very solid FPS, and I would challenge anybody to find me an FPS multiplayer that is as invested as Call of Duty. Not to say there's not other multiplayer games that aren't as good, but there's not very many. Especially, if you want to compare Battlefield and Call of Duty, I think that's too much of a stretch. Because if you're going in the direction of Battlefield is more realistic, well, I'll raise you one fucking further and say Arma is more realistic.
I just love the thing about Call of Duty, and I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to get into a whole nother conversation, but it's like the maps. I've always loved the smaller maps because yes, it's very chaotic, but at the same time, it leaves
you
less room for mistakes. Yep. You know what I mean? It's like it's a very just like. Does a dude run at you? Boom, boom, boom. Like Battlefield, like you can run across the map and not see. You can see like two guys.
And there is room for both. And people want to fanboy about them. I like both of them. I've been playing both of them since the beginning. And like if you want a more longer invested match that takes like an hour to go through, and you want that feeling of teamwork and shit like that, Battlefield is perfect. You want the vehicles, all that stuff. Battlefield is amazing for that. It does offer things close to Call of Duty, but Call of Duty does the small map. That's one thing that Ghosts did wrong, is they try to make maps too big with the same amount of players, and it's just fucking annoying to find people. It ruined the flow. Call of Duty is all about flow. Yeah. It's about fucking going in, killing people, leveling up, doing these 6-minute to 10-minute matches, and just getting something out of every fucking match that you play. And I think there is absolutely want for that. That's why Call of Duty is so popular. Battlefield has, the other feeling of the team combat, even though I would argue Black Ops, for sure, me, you, Josh, and whoever got together would play fucking hardcore not team deathmatch, Search and Destroy, and is team-oriented as fucking they come. It was so fucking fun. Yeah. Communicating, fucking letting each other know where people are at, fucking what bomb we're going to, all that shit. Really fucking fun. But still, and we've talked about this before, I feel like Call of Duty has almost become more of a sports game about plays than a FPS. And technically it is an FPS. Mm-hmm. But I feel like when you get into a Call of Duty match with friends, you learn the maps, you're like, I'm going to take this route, blah, 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 and you do these plays. When they don't work, you change the play up, and you keep going from there. Whereas Battlefield, I'm not trying to compare the two, this is what this is about, but it just doesn't have that feel. There's so many people on the map, and like you're following, whoever's setting up where, Alpha Team, Bravo Team needs to go and shit like that. They're just completely different feeling games. And I almost would like to see Call of Duty become like a service, because I feel like most of the Call of Duties just keep coming out, and they're very similar, as people complain about. I like it because you know what you're getting into. But like the new maps and the new perks like that, almost I feel like they could like do like, here's Call of Duty, here's the new map packs coming out constantly, since the game doesn't really look that great every time it comes out. And then they could add like expansions where if you want to play with the booster shit, you can do that playlist. If you want to do the Black Ops 3, you can do that playlist. I think that would benefit from it, and people could just buy the game as it came out, and then
sounding like Super PC.
And then buy the expansions if you want to play that style of Call of Duty. Cool. Have some maps made for that style. I think it would make more sense. People would bitch less about, well, this Call of Duty is not better looking.
Well, they're almost like the way they are now, which is really funny because they really are like sports games in the sense it's like Madden.
It feels a lot like Madden now.
Madden, but it's like every other Madden is usually good. If you play like the year last year's, like Madden 15 was really good because the year before that was shit. This one they did a lot of new things. This next year, not gonna be that good because it's just the same engine, the same kind of thing. It's like the same thing with the Call of Duty. It's like they're literally just pumping out content. Same thing with after Modern Warfare 3, there was Call of Duty Ghosts, and then it was just like, this is not really.
Nobody's happy with Ghosts.
No, it's awful. But then there was a break in there, and then now we got Advanced Warfare,
which was a much better game than Ghosts.
Yeah. I haven't played that much, but even looking at it was just like, holy shit, this is really good. Actually, because the only reason why I had Call of Duty Ghosts was because it's the only game that was out when I bought my PlayStation. Yeah. And I was like, well, I might as well just buy this because this is it.
It's there, yeah.
And Madden, it was Madden 25 at the time. They both were shit games. But it's like every other year is good in these types of games, which is the way it is now. It sucks, but it's like how these games are. It's like, if you want to be the person to go out and buy one of these games every year, then that's why these companies make money. But it's like, if you know what I mean? It's a pattern.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like you got to give these
It's-
companies to to come up with new ideas and come up and do things differently.
And to Call of Duty's credit, I do like that they have 3 companies that work on them now, so you
Yeah.
do get these different feeling Call of Duties, even though they still at their core are Call of Duty, which I think is important because you need to keep that brand alive. But they all have their own
Bring it back to
flair.
the old stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. When people say Call of Duty is like a bad game, it's hard for me to even humor that idea. If you think it's bad, you should look at some really bad games. Because Call of Duty, you pay $60, you get a disc full of single player, which typically isn't that great anymore, but it's there if you like single player. They have co-op modes, which are great, and they got multiplayer that I feel like is unrivaled. It really is. I can't think of a whole lot of multiplayer games that really touch as much as Call of Duty does and what it does. A lot of games are trying to be Call of Duty, and they're not. They can't be. They got a formula down. But I mean, like, yeah, if you're not into that formula, then the game's not for you. But to say the game's bad is just really... I mean, there's bad games out there. Like, look at really fucking bad games. Those are bad games. I mean, what FPS is out? Like, what FPS has come out that even, like, are as addicting, aside from, like, Counter-Strike, and that's because of its fucking lineage, like... Or, you know,
That's just
fucking
most
Team
of
Fortress.
Team Fortress, yeah, and
And those are all
the only reason
completely
why
different
like
games.
Counter Strike is like as big as it is.
I love
is
Counter-Strike.
because the streamline and like how the competitive.
Counter-Strike is
It's
a
like
very
on the cusp
fucking...
of like esport kind of stuff. It's like one of the it's like
because
Dota,
Counter-Strike does not
Counter-Strike, yeah.
depend on perks. It is a skill-based shooter. If
Yeah.
you play on PC, you will fucking find that out. People do not fuck around the game.
No.
And because you have to buy weapons and form your tactics per match,
per match. Yeah,
it creates this very skill-based shooter with objectives, and Counter-Strike is unrivaled in that. I think it holds its own on that. Just like Team Fortress. I always compare Team Fortress to MMOs. The PvP in MMOs is very much like people are fighting for points, and there's people just healing them and shit. Team Fortress 2 feels like that to me. It's not really my thing, because I like more... I like killing people with less rounds. But Team Fortress 2 obviously has a place in a lot of people's fucking hearts when it comes to FPSs. People fucking love that game. And these games are all important in their own regard.
on a giant scale, there's nothing that compares to Call of Duty. Like on a big scale.
That's what
like
I'm
a
saying. I
Streamlined,
think there's
like,
nothing that even
massive
comes
scale.
to it.
No, you can't
Nothing even compares.
Battlefield, but at the same time, there's
Battlefield
just
wants to be compared to it, but it's
completely
completely different.
Yeah,
Completely
I know
different.
we already said that, but yeah, it's just like for someone to just
And for the hardcore, I mean, Arma. If you're going for realism,
Oh, yeah.
play fucking Arma 2. Maybe 3. Arma 2 there is nothing fucking like it. I love Arma 2 to death. But that is also another game that you have to invest time into. It is not a game you can jump into, get a couple fucking kills, level up, and be like, fuck yeah, did you see that 360 fucking... I don't like 360 no scopes. But you still be like, did you see that fucking thing I did? It's crazy. Like, you don't get that as much in the other games. I mean, aside from Battlefield, jumping out of jets, killing a guy, and then jumping into another jet. I mean, but that game allows that. They all have their place. But to wrap it up, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is in beta. A lot of people are playing it. I feel like it's going to do really well. It's a Treyarch Call of Duty. Treyarch fucking nails it in multiplayer every time. I would argue they are the best in multiplayer at present time, and it's welcome for me. You said you'll buy it.
yeah.
I'm going to buy it first day as well. I'm really pleased with it. I was a little worried at first, but it feels different than Advanced Warfare. It definitely feels different than last Black Ops, but it still feels like Call of Duty, and I feel like that's super important. Yeah, so Call of Duty Black Ops beta, really fun for us. What did you guys think of it? If you've played it, if you haven't, are you interested in Black Ops 3 at all? Let us know in the comments below. Do you hate Call of Duty? If so, let us know why. Yeah, this is Tasty Bit. Thank you for watching. Tasty Loot Gaming. My name's Seth.
I'm Cody.
And watch this week. We got a bunch of shows coming out. See you soon, guys.
Outrider down. Smoked him.
HCXD ready for launch. UAV on standby. Care package awaiting orders.